This is a demonstration of the Forrest Manufacturing Model 2054 vertical blade traveling table bandsaw. This is our big saw for vertical jobs. The obviously vertical blade. We're running today a 1-inch wide, 3/2 per inch blade. This machine has about a 45-inch, 48-inch horizontal throat. This machine optionally comes with a variable speed powered table traverse. It is a big table, and if you're cutting a very heavy workpiece, it makes sense. This customer is cutting a relatively lightweight but large workpiece, and so opted not to get the power traveling table. So moving the table means just rolling the table. The table structure is a 12-gauge steel tabletop, 2-inch square tube steel tubing underneath, so it's pretty stout. It can be moved by hand, but if you're cutting anything really heavy, I do prefer to build these with a powered traveling table. This machine has our optional precision workpiece positioning fence. Does pretty much what you expect. Serves as a rip guide or positioning aid. It uses linear round rail for positioning and is gear rack synchronized. It moves, I compare it to a lathe cross slide. So very smooth, very tight, very precise. It includes an electronic digital readout showing the position from the blade. It can be reset to 0. It can have a offset cooked in, so you can run it all the way to the blade or as close as can be and have a baked in offset. It does include a brake. This machine has pneumatic blade tensioning. A standard blade tensioning on most smaller saws is screw over spring. It's reliable as an anvil, low cost, everybody understands it, but screw over spring relies upon the operator setting the blade tension correctly. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. This machine uses pneumatic blade tensioning. We have an air cylinder operated by an electric operated solenoid, so tensioning and detensioning of the blade is done by a switch on the control panel. The control panel includes a fuse disconnect, control volts. Control voltage is all 125 volts, magnetic starter with overload. This machine includes a blade breakage detector such that if the blade breaks, the machine turns off or won't start. Also includes a low pressure air switch. If for whatever you lose plant air and cannot properly tension the blade, it won't run. Control panel has a stack light, green for when the saw is running. Flashing red light means what a flashing red light usually means. So for example, if I disconnect the air pressure, blade goes flat. Flashy red light tells you what flashy red lights always tell you, and you can't run the saw. So saw start and saw stop from this control panel here. Also, this machine has a table-mounted start and stop station. So in addition to starting and stopping the machine from over there, you can start and stop it from over here. The motor on this machine is a 5 horsepower brake motor. The brake motor is important because when you press the stop button, the blade stops now, instead of waiting for it to spool down slowly. I do have a test cut to perform today. The customer, potential customer, is working with these rolls of plastic on a cardboard core. They need to be able to cut this down as part of a recycling operation. And what they have asked me to do is slice this longwise, like you would split a sausage to grill on the barbecue. Oh, one more fun feature I need to point out. Get that out of the way. This machine has a laser. So again, controlled from the panel face. The laser puts a red line on the workpiece where you're about to cut. Good for lining up things, obviously. Say you have a mark on the workpiece, you want to cut through the mark. line it up with the laser. I also consider it a bit of a safety device. If you're operating the saw and you see the red line of the laser across your hand or arm, please move your hand or arm before making the cut. Don't need that right now, since I'm just going to eyeball this one. So I've never cut this before. This is actually quite a lot of material. I'm going to line it up, eyeball to the center here. I'm going to use my favorite welding magnets. Can I get one more, please? One more of these. Just to keep it from rolling around while I'm cutting. Okay, thank you. Not that I think it's going to slide back, but okay. So I have never cut this material before, so I don't know how well this is going to go. I suspect it's going to make kind of a snaggy mess out of this thin film, but we're here to find out. So I'll zoom in on the cut for you a little bit here. Try to. There we go. So I'll start the saw and feed the workpiece in. Oh, it's a snaggy mess. It's going through it. Taking it pretty slow, but we're basically cutting through 18 inches of solid pain in the butt plastic here. That was not the prettiest cut, but we got through it. Let's see what we did here. Not a pretty cut at all. Can certainly get through it. Plastic got a little warm in the process. Well, we could certainly get through it, but that is well, recycling applications tend to be a little messy, and this lives up to it. Oh, one last feature I should mention. Model 2054 has our adjustable guidepost socket. I had pre-adjusted it. But that is the Forust Manufacturing Model 2054, a large machine with a manual traverse table and pneumatic tensioning. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call or email us at Forust Manufacturing. Thank you.